Good morning everyone. Basa na tayo ng Bible. Psalm chapter 13, 14, and 15. Nilagyan ko na siya ng tanda. And Acts. Wait lang ha. Yung karugtong kahapon guys. Acts chapter 19 verse 21 to 41. Dito muna tayo sa Acts. Basa. After all this had happened, Paul decided to go to Jerusalem, passing through Macedonia and Achaia. After I have been there, he said, I must visit Rome also. He sent two of his helpers, Timothy and Erastus, to Macedonia while he stayed in the province of Asia a little longer. The riot in Ephesus. Verse 23 guys. Nung araw pala, kahit pala nung araw may riot na rin eh. About that time, there arose a great disturbance about the way. A silversmith named Demetrius, who made silver shrines of Artemis, brought in a little business for the craftsmen. He called them together along with the workmen and related trades and said, Men, you know, we receive a good income from this business, and you see and hear how this fellow Paul has convinced and led astray large numbers of people here in Ephesus, and practically the whole province of Asia. He says that man-made gods are no gods at all. There is danger not only that our trade will lose its good name, but also the temple of the great goddess Artemis will be discredited. And the goddess herself, who is worshipped throughout the province of Asia and the world, will be robbed of her divine majesty. When they heard this, they were furious and began shouting, Great is Artemis of the Ephesians. Soon the whole city was in uproar. The people seized Gaius and Aristarchus. Ang hirap ng mga pangalan nila, oy. Ang hirap bigasin. Saan na tayo? Ulit sa 27. Verse 27, balikan natin. There is danger not only that our trade will lose its good name, but also that the temple of the great goddess Artemis will be discredited, and the goddess herself, who is worshipped throughout the province of Asia, the world, will be robbed of her divine majesty. So sa 28 na tayo. When they heard this, they were furious and began shouting, Great is Artemis of the Ephesians. Soon the whole city was in uproar. The people seized Gaius and Aristarchus, Paul's traveling companions from Macedonia, and rushed as one man into the theater. Paul wanted to appear before the crowd, but the disciples would not let him. Even some of the officials of the province, Prince of Paul, sent him a message begging him not to venture into the theater. The assembly was in confusion. Some were shouting one thing, some another. Most of the people did not even know why they were there. Mga osyusera lang yun. Nakalagay kasi, most of the people did not even know why they were there. So ano pa nga ba? Di makikiisyoso lang yun. Ganyan naman tayo, di ba? The Jews pushed Alexander to the opinion lang yun. Ay, reaction lang yun. The Jews, wala kasi na-imagine ko lang yung tayo ba, pagka halimbawa meron nakikita na, di ba, ano talaga tayo, nakikiusyoso talaga tayo. Ano yan? Ano yan? Ay, nako. The Jews push Alex, o sila, kahit nung araw din, ganun din sila. Pareho lang sa ano natin ngayon. The Jews push, teka, naluluha tuloy ako. Ay, sorry. Sobrang tuwa. Diba nakalagay? Ulitin natin na. Most of the people did not even know why they were there. The Jews pushed Alexander to the front and some of the crowd shouted instructions to him. He motions for silence in order to make a defense before the people. But when they realized he was a Jew, they all shouted in unison for about 2 hours, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians." Kasi sometimes guys, pag mayroon ng naka-anuhan ng isang lugar, yun na talaga yung kanilang paniniwala. Dapat irespeto na lang din kasi. Eh, syempre si Paul nag-ano ng magandang balita ni Jesus Christ. Ayun. Akala nung masisira naman talaga yung mga ano nila, yung mga syempre hanap buhay nila yung paggawa ng mga ng mga goddesses. Yung gawa sa kamay. Tapos biglang si Paul dito na syempre maapektuhan hanap buhay nila kaya sila nagkakagulo. Ay, nako. Kaya sa panahon natin ngayon, respect lang talaga kung ano yung pananampalataya ng bawat isa. Para wala ganitong riot, di ba? So, dito na tayo. Sa verse 34. But when they realized he was a Jew, they all shouted in unison for about 2 hours. Ang tagal, di ba kayo mamamaos niyan? Great is Artemis of the Ephesians. The city clerk, reaction lang po yun. The city clerk, kasi pag ganyan magbabasa tayo, imagine niyo kasi yung sitwasyon. Katulad yan, 2 hours silang nagsisigaw. O, diba? Ay, mamamaos ka niya. Ako nga dito, nagsasalita ilang minuto lang, pumipiyok na. Eh, how much more yung 2 hours magsisigaw sila dyan. Ulit. Dito tayo sa verse 35. The city clerk quieted the crowd and said, Men of Ephesus, doesn't all the world know that the city of Ephesus is the guardian of the temple of the great Artemis and of her image, which fell from heaven? Really? Si great Artemis from heaven daw, guys. Therefore, since these facts are undeniable, you ought to be quiet and not do anything rash. You have brought these men here, though they have neither men. Wait. Wala na, nagrumble na mata ko. Therefore, since these facts are undeniable, you ought to be quiet and not do anything rash. You have brought these men here, though they have neither robbed temples nor blasphemed our goddess. If then Demetrius and his fellow craftsmen have a grievance against anybody, the courts are open and there are proconsuls. They can press charges. If there is anything further you want to bring up, it must be settled in a legal assembly. As it is, we are in danger of being charged with rioting because of today's events. In that case, we would not be able to account for this commotion since there is no reason for it. After he had said this, he dismissed the assembly. So yun, hanggang dyan na siya. At least tumigil sila. Nagkaroon din ng kapayapaan. Dito na tayo sa verse. Sa Psalm chapter 13, 14, and 15. Basa. Praying for relief from despair. We must continue to trust God even when He doesn't answer us immediately. Oo nga, Father God, ang tagal-tagal niya nang hindi sinasagot dasal namin eh. Ang tagal-tagal na ng COVID-19, ayaw niya patanggalin. Di ba? Sa chapter 13 tayo, verse 1. Ay, nakalagay pala. Basahin mo ulit natin yung headers. Theme, praying for relief from despair. We must continue to trust God even when He doesn't answer us immediately. Author, David. For the director of music, a Psalm of David. Verse 1, chapter 13, guys. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I... Ito tayo. How long must I wrestle? Ano ba yan? Ang hirap naman. Kasi tinaas-taas ko siya eh. Tapos, nasa verse 2 na tayo guys. How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and every day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Sa verse 3, Look on me and answer, O Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. My enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, for He has been good to me. Sa chapter 14, Theme, only the false denies God. How foolish it must seem to God when people say, there is no God. So, yung mga nagsabi na there is no God, mga foolish daw yun. Nakalagay kasi, how foolish it must seem to God when people say, there is no God. Author, David. For the director of music of David. Verse 1. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Ayun nga. They are corrupt, their deeds are vile. There is no one who does good. The Lord looks down from heaven on the sons of men, to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. All have turned aside, they have together become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. While evildoers never learn, those who devour my people as men eat bread, and who do not call on the Lord, there they are, overwhelmed with dread, for God is present in the company of the righteous. You evildoers frustrate the plans of the poor, but the Lord is their refuge. Verse 7 ng chapter 14, Psalm. Oh, that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion when the Lord restores the fortunes of His people. Let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. Sa chapter 15 na tayo. Theme, Guidelines for Living a Blameless Life. Author, David. A Psalm of David. Verse 1. Lord, who may dwell in your sanctuary, who may live in your holy hill, He whose walk is blameless, and who does what is righteous, who speaks the truth from his heart, and has no slander on his tongue, who does his neighbor no wrong, and casts no slur on his fellow man, who despises a vile man, but honors those who fear the Lord, who keeps his oath, even when it hurts, who lends his money without usury, and does not accept a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things will never be shaken. Ayun. O, naano na siya ng, nabasa ko na nga siya kasi nakalagay, You are my teacher, Father God, teach me all of this, and follow your will. Ano ko yun eh. Nabasa ko na nga siya last year. Sa vlog siguro to dati doon sa kabila. Bye everyone. God bless.